back to the clay. It isn't obvious in high winds, especially in a second growth forest like this one, you have to be very mindful of potential falling trees. Generally, I try to ensure that I have enough firewood that I don't have to go out in weather like this, but it's going to get worse. Slowly and surely, I actually have a little bit of sunlight right now. A little miracle. So I'm going to go find some trees and stockpile a little bit of wood for the next few days. There's still a piece hanging up there in those branches. This one's not very big. I kind of feel like I'm hunting. Alright, so the wind is getting stronger. Maybe the weather report's accurate. You can see that forestry has come in and thinned everything out quite a long time ago. Sure, but based on how rotten these are, like I can just push these over with my feet. They're just barely standing there. So it's been many years anyway. Yeah, there's my wood so far. I'm going to take the camera and the chainsaw back to camp and come back for these. Looks kind of messy, but that's my boost pump. So in that one drum, again, apologize, it looks kind of messy right now, but I have plastic, it's blown over on top of it there, just to keep tree debris out. But this is my freshwater reservoir. It's getting low, and this is a slow sand filter. So I pump the water from the stream that's pre-screened into the slow sand filter, then dribbles into the freshwater reservoir, and then I chlorinate it from there. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. This wind is really building. I gotta get that wood here now. All right, I bucked up the rest of that wood there. The wind has somewhat died down for a moment, although according to the report, it's still coming. So I think I'm going to use this. time very quickly to finish purifying that gold. that we did the last video. I'm not going to put any scenes from the last video on. If you're interested, you can watch that one. I'll go and quickly put the hot plate outside here, move the wood away just in case, and yeah, we'll get that done. So you can see now it's all cleared up. Again, this is just water, distilled water in there, and at the bottom is our gold and silver and other things. Sorry, I just hear I think it's a martin out there. Hello. How's it going? So I'm going to decant this water off and then carry on. So I'm just going to pour the remainder of this into another beaker just in case I inadvertently pour a little bit of the precipitant. There. Now, I'm just going to put this on the stovetop and let the rest of this moisture boil off. So you can see, I put this on the stovetop to dry it out. This was the sediment that was in the bottom. You see, it's actually turned a brown color, which is a good sign. I think some of that is still silver oxide, and maybe now it's silver 2 oxide. Just going to let that, let's see if I can get a good view of that there. Just going to let that settle out a little bit more. I'm going to pour this off. I'm going to keep a hold of this solution, and I'll dilute it with distilled water. And yeah, and then I'll see about that actually. I'll store it for now because this should be silver nitrate. We should have removed most of the silver and silver oxide by dissolving that in the nitric acid previously and then pouring that off into the other solution. But we may still have some silver chloride there. Just before I begin the last cleaning step that I'm going to do to refine this gold, which is another round of hydrochloric acid, and I'll just warm it up. Just straight hydrochloric acid, nothing else. So just as a recap, we precipitated the gold and silver nitrate, and silver chloride, likely out of solution. So silver chloride is one of the few chloride salts that are insoluble in water. Also, it's not soluble in nitric acid. So first, I did a bath of nitric acid to take out any of the silver oxide and elemental silver that was in our precipitant. And then I took that, just boiled it off a little bit, and then poured it into our container here, which you'll notice now that it shifted from that obvious yellow color to more of a blue-green, which, you know, represents the silver that's now the majority of this solution. There's still some copper in this as well. I'm certainly not going to throw that out. That's my silver, and I will be melting that down too. But for now, I'm just going to deal with the gold. Now, I've weighed this, and it is 2.64 grams. Now, we calculated that I should have 2.48 grams of gold, so there is likely some other trace metal here. So Because this is precipitated out as a molecular solid, it's easy for the acid to access the other elemental metals that are there, or trace metals that are here. So I don't need to do another solution of Aqua Regia. Instead, I'm just going to put a little bit of hydrochloric acid in here, not much at all. We barely, just enough to cover it, and I'll warm it up and just get it just on the verge of boiling. Give it a little shake, and I should be able to bring all of that other trace metal into the hydrochloric acid solution, and then I can simply pour it off into another container. I think what I'm going to do is transfer all of this gold powder into a smaller beaker. I did verify. I had to verify this with a torch, actually. But these beakers here, just for anybody who's manufacturing labware, you know, it says on the page, say on Amazon, that this is borosilicate 3.3. But I sure like to see it written, at least on the glass. I sacrificed one of them to a torch just to make sure, and indeed it does seem to be, but it's just a nice reassurance that, you know, that it's a borosilicate beaker. Yeah, anyway, it's just because I didn't pick this up from my typical lab supplier, which, of course, they're always labeled. Anyway. Now gold is not dissolved by pure hydrochloric acid. So, oops. You can see it's already cleared up quite a bit. That trace metal is already likely dissolved in the hydrochloric acid solution. Like I said, I'm just going to let it boil until it gets down to about 20 mils, and I'm going to turn off the heat, let it cool down, settle a little bit, and then pour off this hydrochloric acid, and then do one more of these with distilled water. I've turned off the heat there. I'm just going to let this stop cooking. But I can see already a great deal of yeah, you can see that trace metal floating on top. That's awesome. All right, that right there should be 99.95 plus percent pure gold. We'll weigh it, we'll verify. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna tear that. All right, and our last wash with distilled water and hydrochloric acid. Well, separate washes, I should say. I'd say that's pretty damn close. 2.48. That's right on target. And once again, just as a note, that I haven't thrown anything away. It's very likely that this is all silver. Silver chloride and copper in this solution, and so I'll still pull this out of solution. I have to do a bit more work for that. That's still quite acidic, but there we go. 2.48 grams of pure gold. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a good torch head for this. So I think what'll end up happening... Oh, hopefully I didn't get my keyboard there. Nope. It's all good. Alright, I gotta put my gloves on here just in case I inadvertently touch that thing. It's blazing hot. Just let that cool. Oh, I see I missed a little chunk of gold there. A couple little pieces of gold that didn't join up, so I'll probably oh man, she's stuck. I'll have to hit that again. Okay, we'll just pop that out afterwards. All right. Well, isn't that a beautiful little piece of gold nugget? So, I'm going to set this somewhere to cool. And then, let's just make sure what we've got weight-wise here. Interesting. I think I got a couple little pieces of gold still in the crucible. I was a touch shy, like 0.03 grams shy, and I think that's what I've got still left in this beaker here. Well, I'm happy with how that turned out. I wound up with 2.48 grams of pure gold, 24 karat gold. I think now all that's left to do is cast it into something. I think it's begging for it. Now, it's a very small amount, so maybe I'll refine a little bit more off camera. And then take that extra gold and use it to actually cast maybe a coin or something. I don't know, let me know maybe in the comments what would be an interesting thing to cast with it, bearing in mind that I have limited equipment out here. I'm, after all, doing this in a tent, using equipment that I packed across a treacherous strait on a home-built barge. So I'm limited with the materials that I have out here. But I hope you found that interesting. I think we'll see you next time.